Coach, welcome.
Ah,
Great to see you.
great to be here.
Welcome to Pullman. So the announcement was made and you flew in, and have you been to Pullman before, and what are your initial impressions? If not, and if so, what do you know of Pullman?
I don't know a lot, but I'm really starting to make it. I think it's the friendliest place on earth.
Good.
Disneyland's the happiest place. It's the friendliest place.
That's about it.
It is.
Right.
And also, I've been here before, but I think everyone knows that my wife is from Manson, Washington, Lake Chelan. I really think from Wenatchee to Pullman, yeah, the culturally is very similar. It's just the nicest people on earth.
It's Cougar country.
Yeah.
You are in Cougar country for sure, and we are all really excited to meet you and get to know you, and I'm excited that we could take your time for this. How many times have you already been asked if you like Cougar Gold cheese?
Several.
Yeah.
Also a couple beers too. I
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
There's a local brewery. I don't want to.
Right,
There could be some brews for us later.
Sure, yeah, that'll happen. That sounds good. It's a little bit early right now.
Yeah,
but, you know, let's talk a little bit hoops.
Sure.
San Francisco, Columbia, your head coach, bi-coastal, which isn't always the most common thing. What's your journey been like from east to west to now Pullman?
It's Harlem to Pullman. I always knew 10 years ago, when I started working Upper West Side and Morningside Heights, Harlem, that I'd eventually end up in Pullman.
Yeah, that's the plan.
The one, it's every job's there. The one consistent thing is it's all about basketball, and that's just since I was ninth grade, I wanted to be a basketball coach, and I thought I was going to be a high school teacher and coach. That's really what I aspired to be, and woke up one day and I'm like, all right, I guess, have these opportunities, and it's been great, and we're kind of consistent doing the same things.
You played Division III ball at Hamilton for a very famous coach.
Yes.
What was that experience like, and what was he like, and what was your relationship with him as you became a coach?
It was great. He's been there for, I want to say, Coach Murphy was there for 30 years. I may have got the 20 to 25. I can't remember, but it actually even goes further back to my high school coach, Rick Shirley, who's both of them. I said, all I know is he coached 30 years at his high school, and my college coach was there. So I just thought that was coaching is one spot, and you just kind of do it. And just Coach Murphy treated like, we talked about it a little bit, make the big time where you're at. And he really treated it like it was a Division I program, and it was the highest level. We felt that way when we did it. So it really, as far as even down our locker rooms and our equipment trainer, we had things that other programs didn't, and we worked hard for it. And then high school was more, my coach Shirley that's where I got my grit from. It was just, he was a tough, hard nose, and coaches down there, they usually have to coach several sports, and the first one they coach is football.
Yeah.
So just that kind of my path with those two influences has been great.
You were an assistant under Randy Bennett for a long time. St. Mary's has a ton of cachet out here on the West Coast, as you well know, as the San Francisco Dons head coach. And the Dons have had 3 great years.
Yes.
What was it like being under Randy Bennett? I know that there was the Australian connection. Brock Modem's a Coug, so all that kind of ties together for Coug fans.
Yeah, no, it goes back to the previous question. Like Randy and I, we always said we clicked because his dad's a junior college coach, high school coach, and kind of where the analytics stuff really comes from. My high school coach, Rick Shirley, his dad, another guy, Royce Urey, and
so that goes way back.
It goes way back, and that's kind of and that's what I said. Like, and our players will hear it, and I think our one on the interview, I said everything I need to know I learned in high school. There's some truth to that, and that's kind of what we did. And Randy's like a big brother to me, and it wasn't as fun competing against him. But we're able to knock him off a couple times, so that felt good. But and you mentioned like Brock Modem and Aaron Baines, and those are guys we would love to have had, and we couldn't get so excited to be here because they're like, I want Pac-12.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, back then it wasn't so good.
Right, but to that point, you guys are on the same recruiting trails.
Yes.
It's West Coast ball. It's the Big West, the West Coast Conference, Pac-12, Mountain West, and you're out there, and now you're in the Pac-12. So how do you feel like this opportunity is? What's the ceiling? What's the vision?
The vision is to be the best you can be, and I think you want to tap into. There's been some good runs in the history here, and like, not necessarily style of play, but just like what. Like I said, when I grow up, I want to be like St. Tony. I hate to have that comparison, but the idea and how they and I think his dad coined the phrase like you got to get guys that you can lose with. I don't like that one. You want to get guys that get in the foxhole, they're going to fight through and get in growth mindset. We're constantly talking about getting better, and that's where we use our analytics. Some people call it nerd ball. We're trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
But that's I embrace it, whatever it takes.
Some of those stats are unconventional.
Yeah.
And it goes way back. to high school, and I don't think I realized that. How do you track them, and what are some of the fun ones? What are some of the unconventional ones where you go, no one else is really doing this?
Yeah, no, I'd say and everyone kind of does a version of it. I would say in some things, but we have to pare it down. We got to, because it's kind of evolving, and certainly in the point values and stuff like that. But as you go through it 20 years, and you're trying to, and we'll look at what we need to get better at. And obviously for us, I think is get better defensively. So we're going to really hone in on those things. But like a fun one would be, I hate sharing these. There's kind of like,
this behind the curtain?
It's behind the curtain. It's kind of like, it should be copyrighted. It should be. Well, I want to, I want to be compensated. I'll give you one. Dog, I want to get. It's one of my favorites. This came, but virtual assist.
A virtual assist. All right.
It's pretty obvious.
Well, hockey has the second
we had
assist.
the hockey way before everyone had talked. Everyone started talking about it. I was like, we had that long before anyone.
So is that kind of the same spirit?
Same idea.
It's
we have a hockey
assist.
It's
the assist before the assist.
There's also,
I love that.
There's also the virtual assist is. Do you want me to get?
Well,
I'll see if you can figure this out.
Okay, all right.
There's no difference between a virtual assist and an assist.
Okay, so let's
see how smart.
Okay, so let's
see
say
if you can play for us.
Let's say this is difficult territory for me. So let's say you've got a guy who set a back screen. So a guy gets a lob to the bucket.
Yeah.
The open bucket was because of the screen, if you will.
I like the track you're going.
The screener on the high post who set the screen. It's really his bucket. That's
a screen assist.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
Or a good screen or good cut.
Okay.
Bottom line is, if you make the play and throw it to a guy and give him a good pass, and you've done your job.
Oh, and
whatever, I get penetration, I kick it to the guy.
Not technically, got it.
The shot goes in or not.
Virtual assist.
It doesn't matter.
I feel like
so. It should be different. So you made the play. You only get credit for assist if the guy makes a shot.
Yeah.
But once you've made the play and thrown it there. Yeah, so
virtual assist.
So there should be no difference between virtual assist. That's a conflict in our office often, because we get more points for assist. I'm like, why would it be any difference? And then we got this one coach that would always say I don't give virtual assist. I'm like, we've got to be objective. So I have to overlook that's a whole part of our program. We're going way too deep.
No,
we're going way too deep in the numbers.
Me? I'm going virtual assist in life.
It's great.
That's a life thing.
You know what? It's a great point. I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
Because that's what life is. You are trying to, in excellence, and it's a process, and try to be the best you can be. You don't always get the result.
You met Coach Leach.
Yes.
Yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
What was that like? Are you a football guy? Do you follow football? What's the story?
I'm I'm from Texas.
Okay, yeah, right.
So I want you to know, it doesn't look it, but first time I was full pads, I want to put it out there, 6 years of age.
Yeah,
Contact.
You were a football guy.
Football guy. I tried to name each of my sons Earl Campbell Smith.
Amazing.
The last one, I finally got Luke.
Got vetoed?
I vetoed to the last one. I got Luke Earl.
Luke
great. Earl.
Named after Earl Campbell.
Yes, 100%.
This is great.
Let's go with my idols here: Earl Campbell, Nolan Ryan, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
So that's what I was growing up
Texas.
with. Yes.
So Lubbock.
Football. Yeah.
Red Raiders.
First of all, I read Swing Your Sword. Did I say it right?
Yeah, sure you did.
Read back. My dad gave it to me. Said hey, we were at Columbia, whatever. We're going to San Francisco. You better take a look. And I'm always intrigued by someone that's outside the box, and certainly he is, and kind of fancies his whole persona and that. And having a chance to sit down to him, I'm gonna throw it out there. I would love to watch his practice and see what he does. I told him, I said, hey, I want you to come by, and I need a new out of bounds package. I'm pretty sure he could do it.
Oh yeah.
I said, underneath, give me 3 things you could do. I'm sure he'd know.
He'll give you gold, and it'll be on a napkin.
Yeah, of course.
Right there, couple brews maybe on a napkin.
Of course. My people are saying I'm like the Mr. Magoo. I'm sure he has the same thing. Pieces of paper sticking out of the thing, and you see my office right now. I'm like, my wife's not here, so I'm completely lost.
Love it. I love it. A lot of Coug fans want to know about the staff.
Yes.
They want to know who's going to be here with you, and that's a huge part of the way you run practice and recruit. So, what can you share, and who's going to be here? To what degree do you know?
I feel we're close to getting it all put together. I think within the next 7 to 10 days we'll have people done. But as far getting to Pullman's not that easy, and wrapping up your
right.
Do that. But right now Derek Phelps is in, and I feel. Thank goodness, he's my rock man.
That's your guy.
Yeah. He's been with me 5 years. He was
Tar Heels.
Tar Heels, and he's all about culture. He's all about team. He's a captain, Dean Smith. Anyone that obviously I'm lucky, I just feel like I got a vision into, and we use a lot of it, it's called Carolina Way. And just kind of, he's a outlet into what their program's about, and you think about all these guys are McDonald's All-Americans, this and that, but they are a tight brotherhood, and they're about the right stuff, and it's always about winning. He brings that, and he's the backbone of our program.
You're from Texas.
Yes.
A lot of your favorite athletes growing up are Texan, or in that state. You played ball in New York State. Yeah. You coached on the West Coast. Yeah. You have embraced the Tar Heel way, the Carolina way with Derek Phelps. You're a very open-minded guy. This is not your heart and your mind are open, it sounds like, to, if you think it's good, you think it's the best way to do it, you'll take it on.
Absolutely. I think what I'm excited about this job, and like with Coach Leach, I think, like I said, someone outside the box. I'm looking for, you're going to have a different idea, a different concept. It all gets, there's certain fundamentals going to be the same, and we will always be about this. Our day-to-day mantra is great attitude, great work ethic, make the big time where you're at. And that's the same thing in life. The now is everything. So enjoy it, embrace it, and live it up. But then along the way, there's a few other things, little tricks you pick up, and I've been lucky being about some really innovative guys that everything I just said is all stolen from somewhere and put together. Right. But it gets down to those things. It does every day. And then our big picture, and why I coach college, why I enjoy it. And like I said, my high school coach is a big influence on me, my college coach as well. But you're going from adolescence to adulthood, and in this journey, trying to put that together. And we go faith and family, team and academics, and we're going to monopolize your time. We're going to focus on those things. That's it. And at the end of the day, we'll have a good program, and hopefully that results in wins.